How's it going, Laser Bruce's up? I'm Sixkilla and welcome back to How Stories Die. Now we are still in Haruka's run and we just discovered that the arm of the Demon King and the traitor is Malik, who is the great leader of the assassins offshoot rogue assassin guild thing. And Haruka rushed the stage to kill him and someone got stabbed, but I don't know who yet. So we're about to find out. The sound of a dagger penetrating the flesh. A syringe? Why did he... Did Haruka get him? Blood drips on the floor. Silence in the crowd. No one knew how to react. Malik dropped to his knees. Haruka's knife is still stuck inside him. The blood just continued to flow out of the wound. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, the bleeding didn't stop. Like a red fountain. Haruka took a step back. Her face was twisted in extreme pain. The syringe was stuck deep in her neck. Looks like she used all her strength not to fall down. Yet she managed to make a step forward and take the dagger out of his neck. A huge chunk of blood blurted out of the open wound. Malik's neck looked like a bloody mess. He fell down on the ground, dead. Only then Haruka allowed herself to crush down in the twilight zone between life and death. Well, she's fucked. How are we gonna win now? The crowd woke up and started running toward the exit in terror. I was pushed by a horde of screaming demons, fleeing and trampling anyone unlucky enough to fall on the ground. In the midst of all the chaos, my eye finds a new group of guards running toward the stage, fighting against the huge crowd running the other way. If they arrive to the stage, they'll kill Haruka. But Haruka is already dead. Is she? She cannot be saved. I just need to run away. She fulfilled her purpose by killing the arm. I need to run and save myself. Mission complete. Mission is even more than complete. We managed to achieve a far greater thing than what we were supposed to. I just need to get out of here. No, I won't do that. If I run away here, that means I lied to Haruka. We cannot let our job consume our lives. Those are the words I told her. If I leave her here, then I really let my job consume my life. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to show her how Haruka assassins don't have to be obsessed about the goal. Assassins care for their friends and their loved ones. Yes, I'm definitely going to save her. Besides, she's the only one who knows where the meeting point is. Haruka, this is not goodbye. I must say that, but the hordes of people moving the other way is preventing me from getting there. Wait, I know, the cart. I take the cart with both hands and start moving forward. The cart acts like a battering ram and creates space for me to move through the crowd. Well, I wouldn't know anyone who would like to get rammed by a drinking cart, so they just get the hell out of my way. I get onto stage and see Haruka on the ground, an angry expression scorched on her face from the time she was unconscious. I put her on my back. Luckily, she's pretty light. Good job, Haruka. I'll take it from here. Huh. Both of us are getting out of here alive. Don't try to argue with me. The fact that she is alive is filling me with energy and adrenaline. We can do it. We can both make... Hey, stop right where you are. Oh shit. The guards already made it to the stage. Only measly 5 meters separated us. There's no time to think. I jumped off the stage and landed, right on the drinks cart. Are we gonna ride it? I wobble from side to side to keep myself from falling down, all while applying pressure with my feet to prevent the cart from turning over. As a result of me landing on the cart, it started accelerating forward. Wait, I didn't mean to... But now the cart reached enough speed that jumping off would be suicidal. On the good side, the guards turned into small points in the distance. Come back, bastard! Catch him! The cart pushed away the guests on its way to the exit. Oh, it's steering too much to the right. I'm gonna hit the wall. I quickly put most of my weight on the left side, and we are once again on track. Ah, the speed is just way too much. I'm bound to crash into something. I steered left and right to avoid walls, but sooner or later I'll definitely hit something. 2 guards appeared from the front. I'll definitely hit something. Heh. You ready to jump on him on my count? 3, 2. I rammed into them. Their skulls shattered and their blood recolored the front side of our cart. I lied down on the cart, holding Haruka in one hand and holding the cart with the other to prevent flying off from the impact. Blech. As a result of the hit, the cart slowed down and I jumped out of it. Whoa! I land on both feet and Haruka is safe as well. The only thing left to do is... You'll pay for that. Oh no. I ran out of the exit, followed by the guard. Man, we're a badass right now. Where to go? I don't know this place at all. Hey, come here, asshole. I just need to get away from the guards. I ran forward without any plan, holding Haruka on my shoulder. I just need to get out of here as fast as... Hey, Prince! A distant scream from my left. Is it an enemy? An ally? Well, I think my best chance is to bet on it. I won't be able to survive on my own, especially since I'm an enemy of the public now. I sprinted towards the voice calling me. The guard was right behind us. A carriage? What am I supposed to... What the heavens are you waiting for? Get in! I look back at the glaring city behind. Total chaos. Everyone is screaming. The guards barely managed to maintain order. All of that was caused by me and Haruka. I killed people. I caused the death of numerous demons. All of them were just fulfilling their job. They had families, parents and siblings that loved them. Their friends, all their lives, everything they worked for. All their struggles, for the moment I selfishly put a dagger in their heart. But then she snapped me back to reality. Her beautiful face reminded me why I'm here. She reminded me of the burden I took on myself, the burden of killing innocents for a greater cause, to kill the Demon King and protect her. What are you doing, dumbass? You'll be killed. I turn back and hop into the carriage with Haruka on my shoulder. It's gotta be one of the other girls, right? Riko or Nozomi. I put Haruka on the other seat while I sat in front of her. The carriage began to move right as we entered it. The sound of the chaos disappeared as we went further and further away from the castle. Is she okay? She's alive, but I think she needs medical attention. Phew. The carriage's speed increased. Wait, who even are you? You don't recognize my voice? I'm Jinsai. Oh, okay. Then why are you here? I thought it was a mission only for me and Haruka. Not that I'm complaining, you saved both of us. Well, Shinbei said that he'll take care of the escape plan and let me off. But I wanted to be helpful to Haruka, and went here without him knowing. But never mind me. How did Haruka end up like this? If it's your fault, I swear... Well, it's a bit weird to explain. So basically, Shinbei is an arm. But what? The carriage stopped for a slight second. Oh, and his real name's not Shinbei, it's Malik. Our mission was to discover who was the arm, and yeah. When Haruka discovered it, she got really angry and killed Malik. What? The carriage stopped a second time. What the heavens? Are you saying Haruka managed to take down the arm by herself? Yes, right in front of everyone. But that wasn't a free kill. Malik stuck a syringe in her neck. A syringe? That's not something you would normally carry with you. Why didn't he just take a knife instead? Was anything injected into her? Probably. I imagine Haruka didn't fall down just from a plain needle. So what happened then? Well, I ran into the crowd to get her out of there. The guards followed us, but then you appeared and... Wait, did you just say you saved Haruka? Yes, what else was I supposed to do? So you ran, totally visible, and grabbed Haruka, a person who just killed someone, right in front of the guards. Yes, is there a problem with that? The carriage stopped a third time. Nothing. No problem at all. I'll get us to the base as fast as I can. Toshiaki can heal Haruka. The speed of the carriage rose tremendously. Both Jinsai and I stayed silent for the rest of the ride. I think we might have just earned some respect from him. When we arrived, Jinsai grabbed Haruka and ran inside the base without looking at me even once. Since I made sure Toshiaki is taking care of Haruka, and that she'll be fine, I headed straight to sleep. This time on the floor. But it wasn't hard to fall asleep. After all, I was quite tired. We're getting used to sleeping on the floor anyway. Fall asleep. The Most Miserable Girl, Part 2. After 7 years of a wonderful relationship, the girl and the prince decided to marry each other. As time went by, the prince and the girl became a king and a queen. It was their responsibility to make heirs. The girl was more than happy to bear his children, but unfortunately the girl was barren and couldn't produce any heirs. The girl sunk into a great depression as a result of that. One night, Satan snuck into one of her dreams. He promised that she would be able to produce children if he were to use his spell on her. Satan was very, very smart and had the ability to create wonderful miracles. The girl agreed to the offer, and so she became pregnant with the king's children. However, during the pregnancy, weird things started to happen. The girl's belly became red and full of blisters. The king and the queen visited many healers, but none of them ever witnessed such weird symptoms. 9 months passed, and the children were born. But something was wrong about them. Their skin was completely red. They had little goat horns on their head, and the eyes of a beast. The king was terrified of his children and ordered to kill them. However, the girl, who loved her children, hid them and brought them to safety. The king was very angry with her. So angry that even the girl's ability to manipulate emotions didn't stop the king's wrath. Foolishly, the girl told him about the deal with Satan. The king became even more angry. In his fury, the king took his sword and pierced her heart in half. She died instantly. It sounds like the birth of the demon race. 1 AM. Oh my god, it actually happened again. I'm so happy, he really is the destined one. Oh, I'm deviating from the main topic. Oops. Well, aside from that, seems like everything went out smoothly. Jinsai fulfilled his part, just as I predicted. Now the prince just has to complete the job and corner Haruka completely. After Haruka wakes up, my immortality will be complete. Good job, Malik. You fulfilled your purpose. Now it doesn't matter how many arms are left. I am already invincible. Continue to play assassin, Haruka and co. Stay beneficial to me, train Horus, make him a great spy and assassin, so I can finally kill the Angel of Death, the plague of this world, to destroy the source of sorrow, chaos, and evil in the universe. Haruka. She's the Angel of Death? 9 AM. How is she? Can I see her? She's fine. There's no permanent damage, at least not visible. Thank God. My heart felt a little bit lighter, but I need to examine the syringe to make sure. It must contain some leftovers. That might solve some very important questions. Is she awake? Yes, you can visit her. She's in Malik's room. I understand he won't be using it anymore. I know it's a little embarrassing, but you can lead me to that. Can you lead me to that room? I don't really know this place very well. I forgot you only arrived here a few days ago. You seem like a natural. Thanks. I wouldn't really take that as a compliment. I'd rather be a lazy prince in a fancy castle than an assassin lurking underground fighting a constant battle between life and death. Me too, but the Demon King's still alive and threatening my people. Plus, there's a certain someone that keeps me here. Right now, I need to protect my kingdom. Only then will I return to being a lazy prince. I see, so the only difference between us is selfishness. Speaking of which, why'd you go and save Sister Haruka instead of running away? Haruka is an important asset to the Order. We cannot lose her. I'm just a beginner, so my death wouldn't be a big concern to the Order if I were to fail. It was worth the risk. Of course, that's not the real reason, but it's still embarrassing to talk about it, why I really did it. So the difference between both of us really is selfishness. I would have ditched her and ran away. Why, isn't she your... Assassins come and go, die and born again, but there are a few talents who manage to remain eternal. Sister Haruka is one of them, a perfect assassin. Actually, I was very surprised when Jinsei told me what Haruka did. It's very unlike her. Rather, complete opposite. She's a creature of pure death. Everything she contributes to the world is sorrow and agony. A creature like that must die. Well, at least after it's fulfilled its purpose. You're wrong, Haruka is not like that. Who knew her for a longer time, you or me? Wisdom comes with experience. Then why did you heal her if you really believe she needs to die? You don't believe that, do you? Do you not listen to any word I just said? At least after fulfilling its purpose. It is as you said, Sister Haruka really is a huge asset to the Order. What happens after we kill the Demon King? Then I'll stop you. If you get in my way, then I'll have to run you over as well. I hope you understand that. Of course I do. So I really hit the mark with the selfishness thing, huh? In short, I wouldn't risk my own life to save a messenger of death. Isn't a necromancer a messenger of death? The other way, assassins kill, necromancer revives. Yet both of them are hated. Now, I'm sure you want to talk with Haruka. Toshiaki opened the door and got out of the room. Hey, wait for me. We walked into the dark corridor until Toshiaki stopped and opened a door on the right. Haruka lied down on the bed, reading a book. Hello, I brought your savior. Haruka, are you okay? Horus, are you, Yes, I'm fine right now. I'll leave the both of you alone. Toshiaki left the room and shut the door. Haruka, why'd you do it? Why did you suddenly kill Malik? Who was Malik? I don't know him. You didn't listen to the announcer? He said his name was Malik. What announcer? What are you talking about, Horus? Oh no, I have a bad feeling. The announcer at the party? Okay, I'll try and say it in a way you'll surely remember. Why did you decide to kill Shinbei, who was an arm, in front of everyone? You knew how dangerous it was. I killed Leader? Leader was an arm? What are you talking about? Brother Toshiaki didn't mention this. Did you lose your memory? You did it last night. Wait, the party? You don't even remember the party? No, I do remember it. I remember up until I put on that bunny suit. And nothing beyond that? No. So Leader was an arm. That reshuffles all the cards. And to think, I didn't even suspect him. After all, why would the one who formed the Order side with the enemy? My first thought is that he created the Order to misdirect assassins that wanted to kill the king. But that's illogical. As we had a lot of successes in the past and murdered a lot of arms, then maybe those successes were fake. I thought about that as well, but whoever discovered the identity of the arms wasn't Leader. It was me. I can rule myself out as a potential cooperator with the Demon King. However, you can't. It's natural that you won't trust me. But you may trust me if you understand that I revealed information that would identify me as the traitor in your eyes. Of course, everything could be reversed like it... Sorry, I don't quite follow you. You talk and think way too fast for me. I tend to do that sometimes. Back to the traitor. It also doesn't make sense that the Leader is the one who gave us the mission. You're right, why would he want you to know his true identity? I have a few theories, but the most likely is to divert attention. A few theories? She already managed to create multiple theories within the small time frame I've been talking to her? The most logical option is that someone learned that I suspected him and wanted to divert my attention. He must have gone through my notes. That's a possibility. Although I find it odd. How? While I do record everything I do in my notes, they're encrypted. I invented a secret cipher that makes sure no one would be able to read them. I kept the key for the cipher in a very secret place. I'm sure no one would be able to take it from there. How do you know? Where'd you hide it? It's possible someone discovered the key by accident. I saved it inside my body. I won't disclose where, but it's not easily reachable. Of course, that would make sure no one would be able to take it while I was awake or asleep. I used a veneer with a key of about 13 characters, so there are 26 to the power of 13 possibilities for the key. It would take too much time for the trader to brute force it use frequency analysis. Again, I don't understand anything you just said. I'm just going to assume that there's no way the trader to read it without getting the key. The trader somehow had access to the key, maybe during the time I was asleep. Most likely. But I would have noticed. You talk about some trader, but isn't Malik the trader? Horace, did you listen to anything I said earlier? My main theory is that the actions of Malik were taken in order to divert attention. It is illogical to divert attention to yourself from yourself. No, he wanted me to think he's the trader. Then why would he... Anyway, the most logical conclusion is that there are two traders. That, or there was an important thing Malik wanted us to be distracted from. But the option of a second trader is most likely. In other words, the hunt for the trader is not over. Although this is quite strange, Hadouka is smart enough to deduct there is a second trader. If so, why would the trader work on a distraction which obviously won't work? Do you think the trader might be Brother Izo? Why do you think it's Brother Izo? He's the only one I haven't met yet. It's only natural to suspect him. Yeah, I suppose. Although if he's the traitor, then the party trick wouldn't be very helpful. Because he's on a mission right now? Indeed. May I ask what kind of mission it is? There is a half-cult, half-mafia organization called Mammon. A cult? What god do they worship? They worship money itself. They think that money is what's controlling the world and thus is God. So they're trying to acquire as much of it as possible. That sounds like life, yeah. That's a pretty weird belief. Agreed, I haven't really understood the logic behind their way of thinking, nor their ideology. But we have heavily suspected the leader of Mammon to be an arm. Based on what? Based on the connection to an arm we already killed, a police chief. He also showed evidence of a strong affinity to magic. To get a confirmation, we sent Izo to join their cult and gain information. And that's going on for 9 months. Wow, that's quite a lot. That concludes our conversation about Izo. Why? I wanted to know more. Now that your question has been answered, let's return to the main topic. The second trader must be quite important if it's worth to sacrifice an arm for him. And not just an arm, he was an arm which was in a key position of the order. Hadouka, I feel the situation is much more complicated than how we see it. More than that, I feel like we're playing right into the trader's hands. Are you sure about that? If it was someone else, I would have dismissed him by saying his feelings were irrelevant to the discussion. But since your connection to the field of feelings is very tight, I'm willing to consider them. I think you're confusing between emotions and stomach feelings. Yes, I'm pretty sure about it. Alright, then I'll reevaluate our current situation and the meaning of the earlier events. Okay, if you need any help, tell me. No need to, you already helped. How? I didn't feel like I did anything important right now. You're responsible for the feelings, and I'm responsible for the logic. You direct my line of thinking in the right way. I'm the sword, and you are the warrior. Do you really mean it? To be honest, it feels great when someone says I'm contributing to something important. Especially if that someone is Hadouka. The only thing that's disturbing me is that I myself don't believe I really am doing anything. Of course I mean it. A feelings expert and a logic expert, there isn't a problem we can't solve. By the way, when Toshiaki entered the room, he said something about you being my savior. What's it all about? Oh yeah, that. After you killed Malik in front of everyone, I rescued you. And we somehow managed to run away from the guards. Wow, that's amazing. Amazing? It was sheer luck. If a single thing had gone wrong, both of us would have died. Yes, I do not compliment your luck, I compliment your decision to throw away your life for me. Oh, you realize your value to the Order is much smaller than mine and bet your life to save the larger asset. You know, when you put it like that, sometimes a small fry who knows he is weak is better than a master who knows he's strong. If I didn't act so foolishly, there wouldn't have been any need for that. But you killed the arm. That's really great. Still, that wasn't in the description of the mission. Yeah, it's even better than completing the mission. No, you don't understand. I got away with that by sheer luck only. By doing that, I put our objective at risk. So you really are against that kind of decision? I wonder what caused you to make that decision at the party. But asking you is pretty pointless since you claim to have forgotten what happened at the party. Exactly. I myself don't understand what went through my head at that exact moment. Don't feel bad about that. In the end, everything worked out. Feeling bad? What do you mean by that? Oh right, feelings and you don't go well together. But still, it frustrates me that I made a mistake like that. I finally failed and I don't even know how it happened. Finally failed? Am I missing something? I don't think you mean that you actually want to fail. Horace, did you know I've never failed before? Not even once. Throughout all my life, I never experienced a single failure. I'm assuming the syringe that Malik put in her is what made her forget everything, right? Because she knows something that would have been really important that now we can't know. What do you mean by that? Every grade is 100. Every project is praised by everyone. Every competition is first place. Every mission is completed flawlessly. Every attempt at anything is a success. In short, every goal I set myself has been achieved consistently. The only failure I've ever had in my life is my inability to fully understand feelings. But I never set that as a goal, so I don't see that as a failure at all. My life is a never-ending loop of goals and successes. That's great. Looking at Haruka's face, I understand how much of a mistake it was to say that. Haruka's eyes were almost tearing. Her tone of speaking was different than her usual confident one. It reminded me of the Haruka I met back in Altaria. A sadder version of the Haruka I knew back then. No. That's not great. It's not great at all. It's the absolute worst. You have no idea how horrible it is. Haruka's body started shaking uncontrollably. Imagine hearing the same story for hundreds of years. The only thing that changes is the names of the characters. Life is a script that repeats itself endlessly. The only changes are the settings and the characters. Eventually there's nothing to be excited about. What is there to be hyped about? The outcome is always the same. I always win. By definition, I think I might be a clock, repeating the same cycle over and over. I wanted to hug her, to tell her she's not alone in this. But she is alone. No one's perfect like her. Everyone fails sometimes. There's no way a normal being like me can truly relate to her problems. I had no idea you felt like that. Usually when I win or achieve something, I'm really happy. But maybe the reason I'm happy is because I didn't fail. The fear of failure is what makes success enjoyable. So if the fear of failure is non-existent... Sorry, I didn't even think how it was perceived from your point of view. That's fine, I didn't expect you to understand the mind of a shallow and lonely clock. Even the king of emotions has its limit. You're not shallow. Even though you always succeed, you're still alive. You can make decisions, you live. You don't have to be a clock. You're a demon like the rest of us. So yeah, maybe your successes have changed your perception on life, but you still feel like the rest of us. There is a chance you'll get out of the cycle and see the wonders of your life yourself. You think I didn't try? I'm trying right now. Until I finally fail, I'll keep trying to do the impossible. Kill the invincible Demon King and plunge the kingdom into chaos, rebuild it and destroy it again. Break boundaries in the world of science, build things even the gods haven't dreamt of. Everything. Everything you can imagine. I'll try to create it and I'll try to destroy it. Then if you succeed, doesn't that mean you'll become God? That's where it ends. Fool. I'll never become God. I'm sure I'll fail along the way. Someone who does not understand feelings cannot succeed in everything. Such an incomplete person is sure to fail. But I'm interested to see where it'll all end. What do you think is the extent of logic? I'm not interested in the answer. And I also don't like your reason to kill the Demon King. It's so self-centered and egotistic. Is that wrong? Yes, of course it's wrong. Don't you understand why it's wrong? No, I don't understand at all. Besides, you're trying to kill him too. Well, yes, but I'm doing it to say... You should be happy you have an ally. Well, I guess you're right. If it's to save Altaria, it doesn't matter why Haruka helps me, as long as the goal is achieved. Or is it? One of my reasons for being here is uncovering the true Haruka, the Haruka I knew back in Altaria. Is that what I've been looking for? Is this the true Haruka? No, I don't believe that. I got a hunch there is still something beyond that. I believe that something is the Haruka I met in Altaria. Greetings to the power couple of the new Genesis Order. There's a meeting right now, come. Oh, sure. I don't think the term power couple is appropriate, but I kinda like it. What are you doing? Desist at this moment. Man, I'm so glad you're fine right now. Release me, do you realize I can kill you 200 different ways? Jinsei smiled and let Haruka go. You're not hurt in some way, are you? I'm perfectly capable of any mission as before. Don't ask worthless questions. Toshiaki came from behind us. I noticed he was holding something with his left hand. Thank you all for coming here after the event that shook our order. As all of you know, Leader is dead, and all of us are confused about the details. Sister Haruka, you were the one who killed Leader. Explain exactly what happened. Oh, that might be a problem. I don't remember. What do you mean by that? To what extent? Toshiaki's voice became more forceful. I don't understand why. I thought he knew Haruka lost her memory. I don't remember what happened at the party. Nothing at all. Details. Give us details. What was the last thing you remember? Hey, speak more nicely to her. He is right. Look at what she went through. At least lower your tone. Why does it even matter? Just give us the last thing I remember is putting on the bunny outfit. That must mean there was something in the bunny suit. No, it doesn't, idiot. You're an idiot. Can you estimate how much time it was before you killed Leader? The opening ceremony was at 11. I think I put on the bunny suit at 6, so 5 hours? Yeah, very interesting. You know why it isn't very surprising that you lost your memory? Why? Toshiaki opened his hand. There were about 5 syringes there, and they looked like the syringe that Malik attacked Haruka with. What about the syringe? According to Brother Horace... Wait, I'm a brother now? Cool. These are like the syringe Leader used. All of them were filled with the same liquid. Astrophium. I see, so that's what happened. Have you managed to determine how much of it was in the syringe? Yes, the whole syringe was filled. Okay, that makes sense. You mind telling me what that astrophium thing? Yeah, I don't know much about science stuff either. Astrophium is a type of juice that can be extracted from a certain flower that only grows in hell. Once astrophium gets to the brain, through the bloodstream of course, it causes dysfunctions in the hippocampus. So basically it fucks up your brain and erases your memory. Your explanation is lacking. You forgot to mention it has a special way of affecting the hippocampus. As you know, the hippocampus is responsible for all long-term memory, not just the recent events. If it were truly just dysfunction like you said, then wouldn't I wouldn't even remember my own name. The truth is, the astrophium has a special reaction with the chemicals in the hippocampus. Shut up, Doctor. We don't need any more details. Question. Why does Leader decide to inject astrophium into Sister Haruka's body instead of just killing her? He doesn't even need a knife. He could have just snapped her neck. It bothers me too. There has to be a reason for that. Don't worry, I'll just have to think about it a little bit and find the answer. No need for that, Sherlock Homicide. There's already someone who knows the answer. Who was that? You. What? How can you even say that? I didn't even come to the party. You came there with the carriage, right? Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. I went there to help Sister Haruka with her mission, and in the end I even saved her. But that's not the worrisome part. The carriage itself or the location isn't the problem, but what was inside it. You mean me? No, although you're annoying, I wouldn't call you worrisome. I'm talking about the syringes I'm holding in my hand. What are you talking about? You couldn't possibly... They were found in your carriage. That's bullshit. I would never conspire against Sister Haruka. Then why did I find those in your carriage? Jinsai totally wouldn't. He's in love with you. I didn't check the carriage when I got on it. Maybe it was there from before. You unknowingly brought the murder weapon back to the crime scene. Doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. Not necessarily. Those syringes could have been placed in the carriage after we arrived back at the base. Why would someone do it? It seemed rather pointless. Are you playing dumb? Obviously it was brought to frame Jinsai. Sister Haruka, I knew you would come to my aid. I'm just thinking about the rest of the likely possibilities. I have no interest in personal affairs. To be honest, I have a bad feeling Brother Jinsai won't try to harm Haruka. Do you think so? Do you think so, Horace? Yeah. This time I'm sure about that. It may just be a feeling, but I know this feeling is right. Even if he didn't try to harm Haruka knowingly, he could still do it unknowingly. Perhaps Leader asked something of him related to the syringes. Objection. If it was an order from Leader, I wouldn't have any motive to hide anything from you. After all, I'm not loyal to Leader anymore, he's a traitor. I can confirm that it wasn't Haruka either. Besides the fact that she was unconscious, I can confirm that she didn't have anything on her when she got in the carriage. So either the prince is lying, / guilty, or most likely option is that the culprit put it before or after the incident. I don't think it was before. Leader told me that he takes care of the escape, which obviously was a lie. But if Leader's plan had worked, then me and the carriage wouldn't have been at the scene of the crime. The culprit would have to know I would defy Leader's orders and go anyway. If it really is someone who tried to frame Brother Jinsai, he would have to know what kind of syringe Leader would use. Indeed, if he knew what kind of syringes to use and which carriage to put them in, he's not just a simple pawn. He's an entity that works against us and is familiar with the order. You have any guess about who it is? Assuming it's someone in the Order, I used the little information I could and reached a semi-logical conclusion. That the most likely candidate... Yo everyone, I'm back! Is it Izo? As I promised, I brought you some real pretty souvenirs. The door was opened with great force and behind it appeared a merry-looking demon. Both Haruka and Toshiaki sighed at the same time and looked at the cheerful demon in disgust. Oh great, you came back. Now I don't have to deal only with the lesser idiot. Can't you just make a normal entrance? Seems like the arrival of the stranger made everyone forget what Haruka was about to say. Normal entrance is not my style at all. Yo, Tosh, what's going on? I believe it is the 1784th time that I tell you not to call me Tosh. And it was going pretty okay until you came in. Did you have any fun while I was away? Did Shun turn into a hairless monkey? Can't you identify a human when you see... Hey, my name's Horace, nice to meet you. I extended my arm to shake hands with him. I see you're wearing the outfit of the Order, so you must be... My name's Izo Okada. You look like a cool guy to assassinate with. He fist bumped my hand. I love this guy. I'm not sure how to feel about it. So, you're the new recruit, huh? Do you have some kind of skill? You know, we don't accept everyone into the Order. You must have some really crazy human powers or stuff like that. There's no such thing as human powers. Horace has the power to look into someone's heart. He is the master of emotions. Again, I'm not really sure about that. Whoa, that's totally amazing, dude. So what's my favorite food? Fool. He won't lift a finger for someone as lowly as you. Oh, come on, Haru. I want to try this just one time. No. Please. No. Whore, you can do it, right? Whore? That was the first time someone gave me a nickname. Feels nice, even though it's whore. He isn't a bad guy at all. I quite like him. Well, maybe I'll show you later. In the meantime, didn't you say you have souvenirs? Right, so my long time in Mammon, I had a lot of time to gather wonderful gifts for all of you. For Jen, I brought a few outfits that belong to the members of Mammon, but I hope you blend right in, perfect for stealth attacks. Izo did a finger bang towards Jinsai. Jinsai's face was a mixture of confused and thankful. For Haru, I brought a report containing all the identities of the people, and Mammon, and their addresses. Even though you're stupid and unprofessional, I'm always reminded that you have a way of making yourself useful. Thank you for the kind words. Certainly an improvement after the "you're an embarrassment" to the word assassin of last time. That fact still stands. As for the present for Tosh, I believe this is the 1785th time. I got the Mammon plans. Some very important plans. What are they? Shh, patience. I'll tell you after I give my presents to Shin. Leader won't be here for a while. Give your present to Brother Horace. Did Jinsai just call me Brother Horace? I thought he hated me. Nice to know he acknowledged me when I'm in the Order now. Alrighty, listen close here, Ho. Oh shit, I missed one. Sorry. I got you the best present of all. Finally, the confirmation we needed. He's the arm. The leader of Mammon is an arm. Moreover, I discovered that he is a mage that specializes in manipulating liquids. Very good job, Brother Izo. Now we can start planning his assassination. To be honest, I thought you'd be pretty useless if you stayed there for so long without a confirmation. Awesome. We're one step closer to the death of the king. Woohoo, it's a bit weird for me to be the one breaking the rare happiness aura in the room. There has to be something that needs to be done before planning the assassination. It's related to the information I gave to Tosh, which you didn't reveal. Also, don't call me Tosh. It's the 1786. Are any of you familiar with the Lemegeton? Of course, it's a rare treasure in the form of a book. Its value lies in its ability to separate souls. Well, anyone except Haru. No? Not even one? Well, it seems like I'll have to explain. The Lemegeton is a rare treasure in the form of a book. Its value lies in its ability to separate souls. It's exactly what I said. Well, Haru, you might be knowledgeable, but the people here need an explanation in a simple language. A language they can understand. How ironic is it for a person like you to say such a thing? Also, those are the exact words. What do you mean by separating souls? Aha! I cannot ignore a request from the crowd. Izo jumped on my question to avoid a conversation with Haruka. Ever thought there was another part in you? Another personality trapped inside you? Not really. Okay, I'll explain it differently. Basically, it takes your spirit and splits it in half. One half stays inside your body, the other half of your spirit chooses a body to reside in. You insert yourself into another person's body and fight them for control. You can also get inside soulless objects too. Sounds creepy. Don't worry, the person that it's used on has to agree to being split. He has to think, please split me, or something like that. It's currently under the possession of Bottas, also known as the Minister of Intelligence. Oh, that guy. Coincidentally, Mammon are targeting him as the next victim of their ruthless heist spree. I heard that one will be pretty big. So big that even Mr. Arm himself is planning the heist. Are they planning to steal the Lemegeton? Not exactly. The boss is probably making it his personal target. Money might be their objective, but the real objective of the boss is the Lemegeton. How do you know that? I've been following the boss for quite a while, and 8 days ago I got real lucky. I heard the boss talking to one of his most loyal soldiers about stealing the Lemegeton. Heard? Eavesdropped. That's essentially the same thing, right? Why would they even want the Lemegeton? It's obvious. With the recent deaths of all the arms, the king wants an extra layer of safety. If he can separate the soul of the remaining arm, he'll double the amount of targets we have. Why didn't he do it earlier? He sounds like a really dumb person. So why didn't he just ask him? He's the king after all. That would raise a lot of questions, and questions usually lead to answers. Answers that put the king's life in danger. So we stop him, right? Just stop him. Seems like a missed opportunity. Oh no, I don't like that smile at all. Oh, I love the heavens out of that smile. While someone is executing a very important mission, their mind is completely focused on it. And when an arm shows a weakness, it's our duty to exploit it. Sounds about right. I suggest that we split into 2 teams. One will head for the place where the heist shall take place and sabotage it. The other will go for the boss's head. Sounds like a horrible plan. Let's try doing one thing at a time. I'm with Haru. Sabotaging the heist will make the boss aware that we know about him. Let's finish him off before he manages to retaliate, or even say Tosh secretly loves unicorns. Really, Brother Toshiaki? It's kinda creepy. What's wrong with unicorns? I love them too. We're deviating from the topic. If we kill the arm, there'll be no one to use the Lemegeton on. It's useless. No, the king can still use it on himself. Look, the fact that this idiot supports this plan only further proves it's too risky. Also, stop calling me Tosh. I refuse to execute this kind of dangerous plan. It's okay, you don't have to participate. I'll do it myself. All of you will go and stop the heist. I will remain at Mammon's place and assassinate the arm. You can kill an arm by yourself, I highly doubt it. I'll see what I can do about it. I would only dive only if I know I can make it out. Since when is your judgment considered trustworthy? If you ever even sense even the slightest bit of danger, then just remain under cover, okay? You can count on me. Izo did a thumbs up. About the heist, isn't it possible to just contact the police? A resistance organization that works against the government contacting the police? Maybe in an anonymous method? No one would believe an anonymous note. It's more likely that they will believe it's a distraction tactic. If you want something done, do it yourself. Okay, so how do we stop the heist? All of us looked at Izo. Why are you looking at me? You must know some details about the robbery, right? When will it occur? Where does Botus hide the Lemegeton? What's their plan? It'll be 10 days at 5 PM. I only know that Lemegeton is hidden somewhere within Botus's home. 5 PM sounds like an odd hour for a robbery. Other than that, nothing. That's nearly not enough information. Let's take this week to gather information and devise a plan. You have the most important role here, Brother Izo. Really? Kinda makes me feel special. You're the only one who can gain access to a vital information, their plan. It's not an exaggeration to say that the success of this operation mostly depends on you. Alright, the information is as good as stolen. Aye, Captain, consider it done. Jinsei and Toshiaki, take turns watching Botus's house. Anything for you, Sister Haruka? Since when did you become the shot caller? Do you want to do it? Do whatever you want. I'll try gathering information from various sources on the outside. Wait a minute, Haruka. You're a wanted criminal now. You killed someone in front of a huge crowd. Oh, that won't be a problem. Succubi are illegal anyway. I'm used to operating in the shadows. Your confidence in her abilities is overwhelming. But she knows what she's talking about. I can trust her. Don't worry, I won't fail. I never do. And Horace? What? You'll stay here at the base. But I want to help too. You aren't experienced at all with the information gathering, and yet the risk of you still remains. Losing you still remains. Fine. But I still want to help as much as I can. So train. Make yourself stronger. Me, Jinsei, and Toshiaki will return soon. Train with us and you'll become a somewhat better assassin. Okay, I'll do it. If it'll help the Order and advance us toward our goal. No objections? Very well, let's proceed with the plan. I call the meeting off. Good luck, everyone. Alright, I'll let that run a little bit long, but we're going to wrap this one up here. I wanted to wait until it faded out from that scene. That was a pretty long scene. So, sounds to me like Toshiaki, logically, is the other traitor, right? Obviously. It's not Jinsei. It's not me. It's not Haruka. It's not Izo, because he wasn't even fucking there. It's gotta be Toshiaki. Plus, he's a powerful mage and shit as well. Maybe he's an arm himself, who knows? I guess we'll see how it plays out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.